I'm back. I don't understand what happened, but I'm back. That was just weird. I don't know. Um, so a few things that I know I want to do today, or at least one I know. One is I want to decide what I'm going to color for orange this month because for M Beans Color With Me and let me get the name Candace. Oops, I don't need sound on that. I don't need sound. I don't need sound. I just need my description. But then they put it on there. Oh, brother. I swear, I'm not. As far as coloring stuff, I'm not organized because I'm spending so much time, well, like as I should be, on work stuff that I don't know. My brain's kind of scattered with this recording thing. Well, hold on. Let me see if I can find. Okay, this one has it. Let me look. Okay, so the one color challenge, hosted by M Beans Color With Me and co-hosted by Coloring with Candace 1020, and I'll put their names in the description. And thank you, Jay Carey, for giving me that information because I needed that. And I didn't have time to, I don't know, anywhere I would have looked yesterday and anywhere I tried to look, I wasn't finding what I wanted, and I had to like give up because I needed to like move on and do other stuff. So so thank you, Jake Carey, for giving me that information. I really appreciate it. And I'm still trying. Well, I haven't told anybody this, but Jake Carey knows that I actually joined Twitch like a week and a half ago or whatever. Basically, all I did was like I created my account and then I looked around just a little bit and got scared. And I'm like, I don't know how this thing works. But I do want to go live on there. So um, I just have to figure it out and have some time to figure it out. One thing that seems to be nice about it is that you can actually you can actually schedule your lives, which like might hold me to the fire as far as being a little more ordered and regular rather than random with my lives. So so that's a thought. Um so that's one goal I have, to go live on Twitch for the first time. um and Jay Curry had mentioned she knows some coloring channels or how to access them or whatever on there, so I'm gonna look for that. She shared that information with me. I wonder how this would be all orange. That'd be interesting. Um, and let's see what else. So that's one thing. Go live on Twitch this month at least once. All these pictures remind me of spring or summer, so I don't know that I really want to do orange on any of these. I could, but oh, how cute. Could maybe do this one orange. Because foxes are like, kind of red orange. Some of them. The ones around here are. I actually saw a fox for the first time. When was it? It was in the spring? Last spring? It was wild. I'd never seen one before. I knew they were here because, like, when we walked in the woods behind our house, my husband pointed out the fox poop. I was like, oh, that's what that is. But I saw their poop, but I never saw them before until it was early last spring. I don't know why I'm feeling this book so much lately. It's really surprises me. Lupine! This is probably really close to my favorite flower. I never knew they existed until I sowed seeds for them one year doing the winter sowing thing. And if you want to know more about winter sowing, if you go to that online community House and look up winter sowing. You'll find out about what that is. Um, but yeah, I sowed seeds that way. I didn't really know what they were, but I saw them and I'm like, saw pictures of them and said, wow, they kind of look, they remind me of like the Wizard of Oz or something because they don't look like, I don't know, they're not what you think of as a flower. And I love these things because they get really tall and the leaves on them are really beautiful. Like the leaves are usually like there's a lot of leaves like on the bottom towards the ground, and then just very few on the stalk. But then there's this really tall, thing shaped like this, and these are all like little petals that are kind of cupped. And then when the bees go on them, the bees kind of go in there like to get the pollen. They go in each little petal and they kind of just like twirl around inside of it to collect the pollen. It's so cute to watch. Anyway, all the things that like I never would have seen that if I never moved to the country. But yeah, lupine, I love it. Lupine, zinnias, um, dahlias. What's my other favorite one? It's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh, I can see it in my head too, but I can't remember the name. Oh man, what is it? Calendula. I love calendula. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna find something to color. These I have something very special. I think these pictures I just love them so much, and I feel like they're really nice. Like you can color them. M Beans homemade jam. It's cute for M Beans coloring. Um, you can actually they look like they really lend themselves to take them, cut them out, and put them on another page. To make a collage or something like that. So I really like these images. Oh, it's cute. Love this because it reminds me of rooms and my favorite thing, books. So, but I'm still thinking about what I want to do with this one, so I'm not going to do anything on that yet. And I need to find a place to put these books. Oh, I wanted to show you this. I can't really see it. I gotta close it. This is the jar that I found when I was looking in my painting stuff for that and found that varnish or whatever, the spray can of varnish, which I have to get that. Um, Foxy Colorist had asked what kind it was, and I have to find it. But it's by the same people that make that workable fixative. But I got to get the can. It's like downstairs, and bring it. And I got to respond to Foxy with it. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this fastener. If it's upside down or what. I don't necessarily need it to fasten, but it would be nice if it would. So I kind of have to fix this or see if something fell off of it. But these are those thin line markers of the Stabilo, I think they are. Um, yeah, Stabilo, Slimline, the real 88.88 markers. I really like these things. They're fine liners, and I've been using them on that page in Maria Troll Nightfall, and I'm really pleased with how they work. Um, I'm gonna try not to go overboard with them, but it's okay. Here we go. I did these flowers. I used polychromos pencils. I used like two different shades of kind of pink. And then I actually used one Starjoy Gold. It's like a really pale pink. And then I used one of those Stabilo fine liners over the lines. And I really um, I like those pens. I'm really glad I got them because they really, um, and they give good coverage too. That might depend on the paper and what else you have down, but they went down really good over the pencil without, peeling anything up or bringing up anything. So I do recommend them. This is the fine line that I was looking for. Stabilo .88 fine point markers, and I think they're water based. Um, so yeah, so I did a little more work on that page. I did those, and then I colored these yellow. Um, but let's see, maybe do this one all orange. Maybe, I don't know. But I was thinking more of sticking just with this book and a Kirby book. If not this one, another one to just do everything orange. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this guy. Totally forgot about him. That's another one I'm gonna do like water-based stuff on it, the watercolor stuff. So, um, maybe this one because it's kind of busy. I could do it like all orange, like I did the camel blue. That's really busy. Wow. So I would imagine if I did that, I would go over the whole thing, all of it, with orange in marker or pan pastel, and then erase out portions of it, like in here, then the zebra. You can see that with the zebra here, to like erase out some parts maybe that I know I want them to be white, then use different shades of orange and then probably some brown. I have to use something that's kind of like orangish brown as well to kind of, I don't know, do some of the shadows and things. I don't know. That's really busy. And I can see myself not wanting to color each individual thing on this page. That's kind of like an indicator for me, like, why don't you do it in one color? Because you don't want to do all these individually. That's why I'm kind of thinking about it. There's a lot going on. I definitely wouldn't finish that in a month. I could do one side, though. I could do one side one color, and then one side the color for the month of November. How about that? That'd be different. Then maybe, let's see here, how many things cross over? I could either continue with orange, according to like, okay, whatever image is like crossing over, maybe to keep those orange, even if they cross over the thing, like this zebra. If I were to do this side orange, then do the zebra head orange too. And all of these things that are here that are crossing over, if the majority of it is on this side of the page, colored orange, and then anything that's majority on this side of the page, color it that other color. It's just a coloring book, so like it's kind of like I can do what I want with it. So, and who knows what it'll look like. I don't know. It's a thought. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what I want to color on here. Ooh, chow. There's a lot going on. Could do that one all orange, maybe. Even though it's under the water. Maybe not. Although, what would happen if I did that two-sided color thing here? Because I think this is all one, supposed to be one image. I could do all of this orange and then whatever color in the future, do this one, that color. Or do this side not in any one color challenge and just kind of let the orange kind of fade into whatever's happening over here and use multicolors, including orange. Like maybe the sky would be orange. The orangish. That's kind of what I like about this one color challenge is it helps you rethink the image. I don't know, it helps you think of it in a different way that allows you to be able to color it even if the picture is intimidating. Because like this over here is really intimidating to me. It's like, no, that doesn't look like fun to me. But to do it as a one color challenge might actually be, because then I'd be focusing on creating the values in this, and then I'd actually learn something too while doing that. And I like that idea. And I'm kind of talking to myself, basically, as I do this. I'm really talking to myself. Cheetahs are kind of yellowish brown. All his little unidentified Kirby object things. What would happen? Just a thought. Beautiful picture of the cheetah, but what would happen if you whited out the cheetah and just colored all the unidentified Kirby objects and you drew something else up here? What would happen? Besides, defacing Kirby Rosanna's artwork. Okay, but he got his money for the book, so I don't think he cares. But I kind of like these cheetahs, so I don't want to mess with them. But that's another thought about how maybe to approach a Kirby page to make it less intimidating. This is interesting. Busy scares me too. This would take me like probably 2 years to finish. Could make him orange. It is a skull after all. Oh, not one of these. I did a whole bunch of these in the other book. I did find a way to deal with it, but I don't know if I feel like doing it right now. Look at his eyes. His face is just so very leopardy. We're gonna make that a word. And look at this freaking with the walrus. I think that's what that is, right? Walrus. He's cute. And the puffin. I wonder what made him put all those things together. I love this guy. I don't know why. He reminds me of those creatures in the movie, one of the Lord of the Rings movies, which were not nice creatures, but it reminds me of that. I don't think we're finding anything in this book. Okay, I thought of doing this one all orange, and actually, that might be a thing. So I figure out what I'd start with. Kind of like that idea. I gotta figure out what I have. I'd have to mix colors probably from the Pan Pastels to make this orange. I have like a gold and red. I don't know, maybe I do have an orange. I don't know. I'm unscrewing these to see. I've been looking at this page a lot over the past month, so I guess it's been in my head. Or this other side, which is I feel like I'd be less likely to color at all for some reason. Okay, here we go. We got this color. If we do this and maybe like a combination of these three, kind of sounds like fun to play with that. Because I think I want to do like I feel like every month I want to do, or like, yeah, I do feel like every month I want to do something that's kind of like experimental, and then something that's just color, for goodness sake. Something that's just that's simple, and then something that's, like complex, or that something I wouldn't normally color, and try something I haven't done before or wouldn't normally do. I kind of feel like I want to do that, because then I'll get something when I don't feel like, thinking so hard, or I don't feel like I'm in a mode where I'm going to have a happy accident, but I'm going to have just a straight up accident. If I feel like that, then I can just color in a simple book. Sorry, I'm having problems speaking with the braces. And then when I feel like, yeah, I feel like I could, like, I'm in that headspace where I can play around and not totally screw things up, then I'll go to the thing that's more difficult. Because as I think about how I color, I think that is actually how I color. So, excuse me. So if that's seems to be how my brain naturally works when I color, then I probably should stick with that program. Okay, so I'm gonna put these up at the top because of the stack of these guys, because that's my plan for that page. To do this page, or possibly this page, but I'm feeling this one more at the moment, and do it for the one color challenge. So I'm going to put these on the top, because I think I like to play around on the pages I don't really like so much, so that if I make a mistake, I don't feel like it's a big loss. And then if I turn out liking it, um, that's a bonus, you know. Just like I'm really liking the camel page, which initially I couldn't stand this page. The camel's too freaking big for one thing, and a whole lot of other stuff. And then I had my faux pas, my mess up with the background with the acrylic, but I learned something from it. Plus, I'm hoping that additional work that I do on this will kind of mitigate that, and spraying it with that, that gloss stuff in the can. I'm hoping that will do that too, so that people won't notice how caca the background looks. I'm actually thinking about maybe painting over this again too. So, but I got to think about that a little bit more, because my skills and my patience and time, I got to balance it all out with that. But I almost feel like if I did paint it over the background again on this one, I'm more likely to go in and finish the things in here that I need to finish, and maybe, tweak these other spots too. So we'll see. But this did make me like this page, Whereas before I was like, this is dumb. That's really what I was thinking before. This is dumb. What would happen if I made him orange? That'd be boring. He needs color. He needs lots of colors. Okay. Yeah, this thing needs help. I almost figured this might work like with like a 2-color kind of thing. I don't know. Immediately I look at this, I think purple, green, and gold. Maybe I should write that down. No, maybe it'll come back to me. If it's important, it'll come back to me. Okay, so this is that page. This is our 1-color challenge page with some difficulty. And I think in here, I'd already kind of picked one for orange. Don't know what I'm going to do for a mandala yet. Or, like if I'm going to continue with the mandala or what. I'm being flexible because I don't want to back myself into a corner on something that there's really no need to back myself up in a corner on. This page kind of, you know what, I think it's this one. This is my orange page. So how are we going to start this one? And do I want to do, I could do the same thing I'm going to do with the other one. Or I could start with marker. Or what else do I have that I can begin with? I really want to use watercolor. This is a big page. I feel like I want something, because there's so much, it's so busy. I feel like I want something that's going to go over the whole thing at first, and then I can add to it after. But let's see, I did this page with pan pastels, and it didn't, I don't know, I think it's me and chalk. I don't like chalk. I did this page, and I didn't, I know what I did. I used the distressed inks, and I kind of didn't like how that was working, and so then I went over it with pan pastel, and it's still, like, the way it feels, I can't stand that. It, like, really, I don't like that feeling. So I think I may use markers, because I don't like the way that feels. I like what the pan pastels do, but I don't like chalky feel at all. I have an aversion to it. So let's see. Let me get my markers, because we got to use them up anyway. So alcohol markers. And where's my cardboard? I need my cardboard. Where to put my cardboard? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's a good way to relax too. To just use markers. That goes like quickly, swiftly. No fuss, no muss. Oh. Where did I put you? I know you're here somewhere. Impromptu song with lousy singing. Don't judge me. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think this will be very relaxing to do this right now. Then I can go back to doing work. This feels like fun to me. Going in with markers that I need. I actually spent the morning, which was kind of interesting. It just happened, which was kind of cool that it did. Oh, I want that page. Excuse me. Is it my old list? Or is it the present list? Oh my. Why is it out there? It shouldn't be there. Okay, I don't want that one. I spent the morning organizing the music production files. Like, I mean, and we're talking files that are back from like 2004. And the weird thing was, whenever they came up with a new version, it was like the files from the old one, they wouldn't mix. And so you could only use the files from the old one on the old one, and you could only use, the file. You couldn't go open the new one and use the old files. And so that, ooh, this is not pink, but that's okay. So they went from, I started getting it when they had version 5, and they're all the way up to version 10. And I don't even know if they made an 8 or if I just didn't get 8. I may have just skipped 8. So you go to open the newest version of the production software, and it's version 10.5, and I cannot do anything, add anything to the saved files that were that are from 5 through 9, and that's kind of like a waste. It's kind of weird, and it's also hard then for me to find the file I want to work on and figure out which version I need to work on it. So I actually started organizing that this morning. That came out of the blue because that didn't sound like anything I wanted to be doing, but I did. So now I know which one I can find which production files for and where. It's kind of weird though that you can't use the old ones in a new version of the application. And the thing is, each one seems to comes with different sounds. And so, yeah, so it's kind of weird that you can't mix them without doing some extra work, which that's probably the next thing I'll be thinking about is which ones do I really want to use in the other app as well. I don't know. And how to organize the files so that they're accessible for me to put them in the folder. And if those loops, basically I'm talking about the loops, if it will actually play the loops in the new one, if I actually download them within the newest version of the software. Somehow I think I did that before and had them do that, but then I could be wrong because I've been doing a lot of stuff for a lot of things lately. So I could have remembered incorrectly. But all of that just makes me think that, I really miss, and I said this out loud, I just miss being in a band. I do. I miss making sound with a group of people. Dark yellow. I feel like I might need this like for under painting, even in the other one, because then putting orange on top of it will give it a different effect. So it looks kind of orangish yellow to me, actually. Not really quite yellow. Look at me, I'm swatching. It's a miracle. Marigold. 24. This says melon yellow. For the first time, I actually took I took some gummies that I had bought, and I can't remember why I got them, but I like this company, Piping Rock, and their oil of oregano gummies, and I took two like about half an hour ago. First of all, I opened the container last night. I was like, oh my god, they stunk. It was like, it was like ew. It's like I'm not taking that right now. Nope, 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 nope. So, and plus you're supposed to take them after you eat. So I actually just took some today. They actually taste much better than they smell. So we'll see how they work. It's supposed to be good for like um a whole lot of things, for like regulation of your blood pressure, regulation of insulin. Um, what was the other thing they said? That oregano actually has vitamin K and iron. So, yeah. So I have like 2 bottles of these. I think I have 2 of them because they had a 2-for-1 sale. They have a lot of times they have 2-for-1 sales. And you can get good deals on things. So I thought I'd try it. We'll see what they do. Okay. Plus, vitamin K is good to have with when you're taking vitamin D because it kind of boosts the usefulness and the results from the absorption of vitamin D. So that was probably the reason why I got them. Um, okay, so these are my colors for my basing these, and I wonder if I should just do some of this now. What time is it? Been on like a little over half an hour. Is there really like an orange? There might be one of these that actually is orange and doesn't look orange. That's the thing. These colors are they're not always what they look like on the cover. Let me do a couple more. It might be close. Yeah, see that? It's terracotta. Terracotta is kind of orangish, so I guess that's not that bad off. Let's just say 21. Rose beige. I don't know about this one. Let's see. It's kind of more brown. I don't really see any rose in it. Fresh cream. This looks more like yellow orange to me. So, I don't know. It looks like straight up yellow. Let's say fresh green. Fresh green. There is nothing green about this color. It's called fresh green. And it looks like yellow orange. Now that it's drying, it looks a little bit like yellow orange, but it doesn't look like green at all. Not at all. Okay, what else looks like it might be kind of Then it might turn out kind of orange. I think I'll leave it at those. Okay. Let's do some easy. You see, I'm not good at markers, and so I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that. See, my thing is, I don't want to mess up Bailey's book either, but I because it seems like it lends itself very much to markers. I want to use my markers in it, but yeah, I need some thought because I don't want to mess up the pictures. Because me and markers we're not really acquainted that well. Who knows? Maybe if I do it with these markers, I may not even want to color over them if I do it nice enough. And I was thinking I was going to just go over the whole page, but now I don't think I'm going to do that. I have enough markers in this color to kind of just do them in this color. So I think maybe I should just band them together and say, for the most part, this is going to be what I start with. And I got to find a rubber band. Just on a pack of them. What time is it? 2:49. Oh, by the way, if you were in any of the lives I was on, any of the coloring and crafting lives I was in the chat for or whatever, and you heard about my hole in the floor. There is now a working toilet sitting in there, or so I'm told. And it's like we're actually right next to this room. And so I have not tried it out yet. I have a new throne. So we're going to see how that works. So that was pretty good. We got there quickly from a hole in the floor to the toilet, but like I did wait 2 years for it. So should have been done a long time ago. But like, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, they say. I think I'm actually going to start lighter. I'm going to start with this, what I am calling kind of yellow-orange, but it's called fresh green. But all of this stuff is going to wind up being orange because that's the challenge. So I feel like I got to start somewhere. So there we go. Ouch, jeez. This book has kind of encouraged me to use markers, actually. This is the Flower Mandalas book. Because of that one page I did with those Crayola permanent markers. And like I was so impressed with that. It's like, that really made me think more about markers and what they can do. And how relaxing it was to color that page. It's like instant color when you use markers, which is really gratifying. And I know there's really artist ways to use these, but I don't know that life. I don't know nothing about that. We don't know how. So are there similarities in these flowers? I wonder, are any of them alike? These are. There's two there. Just those two. This one, and this one, they're alike. There's all these little things. They almost look like little roses. If you look aerial view, well, not way up high in the sky, but if you're looking down on it, like looking down at the top at this top from above, a rose that's not opened yet kind of looks like that. I don't want things touching. Notice I'm afraid of the chisel tip. I shouldn't be afraid of the chisel tip, especially on that. Let's try. Let's see if we can develop our marker skills a little bit. Oops, well, we went over the line. Oh, well. I suppose I could go over the whole thing. Like, really? Use two different pencils when I do it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that when I go back. Right now, I'm just going to try to. Because one thing I do want to work on is my technique with markers. Like, basically, like skill, basic skill. How to use a marker. Because, like, I ain't got it. So, I ain't got it, I tell you. But it's something maybe someday I'm gonna work on that far. I almost wonder what would happen if I blocked out spaces in different colors of these oranges and then went over them with pencil. What would happen? Getting wild and crazy. I don't know if I feel like doing that though. See, this is my brain. I'm very much about process. Anything that involves process, that you can break down to a process, I'm like, that's where my head is always at. When it comes to like cooking, baking, gardening, anything. All cleaning the house. I'm like all about process. Process and like kind of order of how to do things, like operations, how to break it down into components and get it done the best way you can. I don't know, I'm just wired that way, I guess. That's why when I started learning about gardening through Garden Web, that's now basically on that website House, um, I was really attracted to like advice that people were giving that was very, it was very much about process, and I think process also helps me calm down a little bit, so I'm not anxious about doing things. When I can break it down into components, it makes it doable. It's like, oh, that's not so bad. Deep breath and just do it in steps. I feel like I don't think I can. I need a smaller one for this. And speaking of steps, I need to do some of that kind of planning today for work, and I'm kind of like, okay, I got to do a little bit of planning and a little bit of doing. I got to do both. So I got to figure out which of the planning things I need to plan now, which of the doing things I actually have to do today. Oh, there is another one of these. It's in the corner. You didn't see it until just now. I think that's why I'm so random a lot of times with my coloring. Just pulling out whatever pencil and just using it is because I am always being analytical about everything else. So I don't want to think that hard when it comes to, not always, but a lot of times I don't want to think that hard when it comes to coloring. I just want to see color. That's it. Why does it sound like he's mowing the lawn again? It's like he's trying to make up for lost time, or make up for the time he's not going to be able to mow the lawn in the wintertime or something. Oh. He loves that lawn tractor, boy. This is toy. He hasn't even taught me how to use it, and I really wish he would, because if anything happened to him, I'd have to do it. Although I dread it if I would. Oh, that's another one there too, right in front of me. Duh. Okay. Well, over pencil, when we use pencil, we can make them different. Yeah, I really need to know how to work it. But the reason why I dread it is because, like, I would have to, and when I have, in our other lawnmower we had, riding mower, I had to get so freaking deeded up. I had to like have, I was just like sticky with bug repellent stuff because I get to the back part of the yard near the woods. Ooh, like I said, they just like, I get within like a yard of that part of the yard. Them things jump on me. They're like fresh blood. Ooh. And I will come inside all bit up. So I do not like going to that part of the yard, and if I mow the lawn, I'd have to go to that part of the yard. And then since it seems like ticks have kind of um, increased because of it not staying cold for as long as it usually does up here, or as long as it used to. So like the ticks seem to be hardier and more plentiful. That's another thing that's keeping me out of the garden. Um, yeah, you got to have all that stuff on you to repel them too, and coming in and shaking off your clothes. And I'm like, for me, I was like, okay, I'm black, right? How am I going to find a tick on here? Look at this birthmark I have. That's like a birthmark. I see it there somewhere. Yeah, right there. How am I going to tell, like, whether it's a tick or a birthmark? Like, really? It's like, I don't need that aggravation in my life. Checking my brown body for ticks. No, I don't want to be in that part of the yard. Ooh, that just freaks me out. Because my mother-in-law actually, and I was trying to figure out, well, how could that happen? I don't know how that could happen. She's not around for me to ask her anymore, but she had a regular doctor's appointment, and she went to the doctor's, and of course, you have to, like, take off your clothes, put on the funky robe and all that kind of stuff. And they check for your breathing and stuff, so they pull the gown down or whatever, and then put the stethoscope to it, and you got to breathe. Well, he did that with her and found a fully engorged um, tick on her back. and then they wound up, having to do all the stuff they got to do to pull it off, and then sending it away to get tested for, Lyme disease and whatever else. And I was like, how did you have an engorged tick on your back for that long and didn't know? But, I can kind of see how that can happen. They are sneaky little buggers. They really are. And you can just mistake like them biting you for just a little, just a little pinprick, a pinch that suddenly goes away. You might think it's like just a twinge of a muscle or, whatever. I don't know. Why am I talking about ticks? I'm itching just thinking about it. But yeah, that after that happened, I kind of I don't know. I think that might have been around the time that I just was. Well, first of all, I was more conscientious when I went outside, but then I was kind of feeling funny about being outside because I could talk myself into being out there with beneficial bugs. Which once I learned all their names and stuff, I was like, oh, that doesn't really bite. It just does this. It's okay. But ticks, you can't see when they get on you. I definitely wouldn't be able to see when they get on me. And especially because I have like that whatever Polaris thing. Like I call it chicken skin. And so like how am I gonna know it's not one of those versus a tick? If I look really quick. I don't know. That kind of freaks me out. Maybe it's time for me to go live in the city again. I don't know. But if I'm out there for a purpose, I really don't mind. I mean, I had a program when I worked outside in the yard. I had a program for when I wouldn't take my shower until after I had been out in the yard because I had to get myself all deeded up. And so I didn't want to walk through my whole day all deeded up, and I didn't want to have to take 2 showers. So I just would wait, do all my yard work early in the morning, come in and take my shower and get all that stuff off of me. So I'm almost kind of keeping this all into one area. I wonder if that's something I should do. I think I'm going to do that. We'll see what happens with it. Ugh, why did I have to talk about ticks? And even though I don't have any animals now, I'm still going to do I always like do a puffer. I use a puffer that has diatomaceous earth in it, and I just do it all over everything. Rugs and stuff, and bedding, and um, the sofas and everything because you know you can carry one in and they can just drop down and hang out. And diatomaceous earth kills anything that has a shell, and mites, ticks have a shell. So it's about time for me to get my puffer out. It's like a regular fall and spring practice that I have. It's kind of amazing that I even live in the country. It really is, considering how like I am about bugs. I've gotten significantly better though about bugs, obviously, but I got my limits. This is so relaxing. So my husband told me, I asked him to read to me the instructions for how to clean this toilet, and also like he put new flooring underneath the toilet, flooring that's supposed to go in the whole bathroom. Like I'm gonna try and push him to do that sooner rather than later, because like who wants a bathroom with half the flooring being old and half new? That's gonna be like ridiculous trying to clean it. But anyway, um, yeah. So I asked him like, well, how do you clean? You know, this and the toilet and the flooring, like how, because everything now, like stoves and everything, they're, because of how they're made of different materials and with different kind of updated knowledge of stuff, and so you can't clean them all with the old things you used to. I made that mistake with our oven. um, and see, this is another reason why I like to get this new stuff at a time when when I'm not working and I have time to like investigate all of that stuff. Um, Instead of just, I like it to be planned when we add these things rather than waiting for, you know, it having to absolutely be done, because I need time to figure that stuff out. But he said that the toilet, that you can't use bleach on it. I'm like, what? So already, like, I'm in shock for that. I'm like, excuse me? Bleach is my best friend. So I got to see if he's right about that. I'm going to have to read it. I really wanted him to give me detailed information because, like, I got to investigate other things for work. I don't have time to be looking up how to clean something. Not if you have time to do it for me, but I guess I got to do it anyway because he's not going to do it. Well, since I already went over the line on this, let's just go over the line some more. So I got to go read that after I'm off of here, just to make sure what's in there, and I'm going to have to put the things away I shouldn't use on them somewhere else, out of sight, out of mind, or whatever, give it away or something. So I don't make a mistake using it on a day when I just kind of am not thinking about that really. Because I'll do things just out of habit. And you better believe it's my habit to use bleach for a whole lot of things. Then I'm wondering, if you can't use bleach, are Clorox wipes, are they okay? Like, I don't know. I gotta read it. Yeah, I think I want. Oh, I gotta get this part. So I feel like when you lay down color like this, it actually, like, it produces a kind of pattern that kind of like inspires you as to how you want to finish it and where you want other colors to be. And I was doing that like with the Kirby books. That was something that kind of broke the code for me with Kirby books, with some of those images, was blocking out color. Excuse me. Is there one? Yes. I was watching M Bean's coloring video on fall mandalas, and I was thinking like how could I actually make one? What would it be like? Because some of the mandalas you see are very, um, they're not strict with all the little tiny things and all of that. So I wondered about actually like trying to draw one. I should try that. Yeah, and with this, I need to catch up on this guy. I probably need to do something today. I did Fat Pizza already. Okay, like I just switched that up really quick. Sorry about that. It just came to my mind. I did Fat Pizza. Yeah, I need to do some more drawing. Okay, I think I'm ready to switch colors now. And where did I put my little chart? See, one reason why I don't swatch, I lose the thing I swatch on. Which color do I like? Let's do straight up orange. Which one is that? 23? Let's use orange. How do you want to do these? I was thinking of getting out one of my Dover books that have like, I think I have a Dover book that kind of is a fall theme. Which, I mean, I might do that, but I kind of don't feel like digging for it. So it's kind of easier just to stick to the book that's out here. Oops. So then, for the month of October, I'm going to do that one Kirby page in one color. In oranges. Do this page in oranges. And probably work more on that page in Maria Troll. Nightfall. What's the other thing? Oh, mandala. I want to finish up the mandalas I started in here. That purple one with that I put the green background on. I want to finish that and do the border. And I have to do the border on the other one, the blue and brown one too. So finish up details on mandalas I've already done. Orange page in Kirby, orange page here in flower mandalas, and Maria Troll. And I might add something else to that too, but right now that's what I know I need to do. Oh, I need to finish the snake page too. The Kirby snake page. I'm gonna put the camel on hold for a little bit. Waiting for inspiration and something to pop in my head of how to approach it. So tomorrow I go to the orthodontist. Yay! Sort of. So I go there after work. And we'll probably get, I don't know, we might get more rubber bands or something. More places, positions to put the rubber bands. And why did I say that? I don't know. I guess FYI. That might be another reason why I'm coming live today. I may not be able to talk tomorrow. Worse than I can talk today. I don't know why, but this kind of feels like it's about to run out. It's weird. Um, I'm going to reverse these. I'm going to do them the same. This is so relaxing. Markers are wonderful. I almost feel myself wanting to try to blend. If you're looking for pages to color, you might want to go to Dover Publishing because they probably have a new set of free coloring pages that you can download. So I'm going to check over there soon, I think. I also want to check in the ones I have saved to see if there's anything there I want to color. I can't remember what the theme was of the ones that I downloaded, but I'm kind of feeling like printing some of those up and looking at them for potential pages to work on. Ooh, that was kind of messy, huh? Be a little neater. Okay, that little piece that's in there, right in the center, I'm not going to worry about having colored it because I can't. This tip ain't that small. It's not small enough for it to miss it. More orange. Like this guy. Even though one of them is I don't know about the sides here. I don't know. I'm gonna do these. Oh, I guess tonight is supposed to be some kind of lunar eclipse or something. That's really the where you can see there's a particular name for it, and you can see the entire outline of the sun or something like that. Actually, maybe it's now. Maybe I don't know if it's solar or lunar or what, but whatever it is, you can see the entire rim of the sun from it. I guess it begins with an A. I can't remember the name. But yeah, and I guess you'll be able to see it the best in, I think, Chile, I guess it's pronounced. And what was the other place? Um, all in South America and around, in the water around that area. And I can't remember the name of the island. But yeah, actually, is it supposed to be around this time? I can't remember. But I thought that was kind of interesting. Makes me wonder, like, how many of those things do we have a year? I think just being informed about it maybe makes us feel like we're having them all the time. I don't know. Oh, that's right, because I was going to look and see, you know what? I gotta go to space.com. Space.com. I told myself to look that up today, and I got busy and didn't do it. Because I can see it. The space.com has a way for you to see it or a link. Okay, annular solar eclipse. Ring of fire is what it looks like. That looks very cool. Okay, so although much of South America will see a partial solar eclipse. An annular solar eclipse will be visible from parts of the southern hemisphere, which we are not in. I'm not in. Some observers will witness a ring of fire around the moon from within a narrow path of annularity. And you can't look at it without without glasses. Also, it's at 11:43 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, we're past that. The first location to see the annular phase of the eclipse will be at 12:50 p.m. I think we're past that. We got to be past that because we're way past that. Oh my gosh. And the first location to see the maximum eclipse will occur at 2:45 p.m. Okay, so we just passed it. Like almost 40 minutes ago. I'm a little late. However, the best time to watch live streams will be from 3:03 to 3:09 p.m. Oh, I missed that too. When the Ring of Fire will be seen for up to 6 minutes. 11 seconds. Okay, here's the island. From Easter Islands, Rapa Nui. The next time to tune in, there's a next time, will be between 4:18 and 4:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I can get that if I can find. They'll probably show each one. Keep up on everything about the Eclipse with Space.com Solar Eclipse Live blog, and watch the live action unfold live here on Space.com, courtesy of Time and Date. Okay, where are we? Let's click the link. Where is it? Oh, they're on YouTube. They're on YouTube. Um, Wait, they say live. Oh, it's tomorrow, not today. It's tomorrow. Okay, so I haven't missed it. I haven't missed any of it, and that's the information about it. Will this let me share? Send to my devices. Okay, black. There we go. It'll work now. In case you're interested, and I don't know if this is gonna. Is it gonna work? It's supposed to work. Where is it? It's supposed to work. Why didn't it open? My notification thing didn't work. Let's see this. No, I can't do it on that one. I forgot. I don't feel like getting out my other keyboard. That's too much like work. Okay. So it's October 2nd. Today is the 1st. I don't know why I'm rushing things along. Maybe I want this week to be over already. I think let's do all these guys up here. This orange. And I think, ooh, it's been an hour and 23 minutes. It's wild how fast that happens. Well, at least you got to see how I started this. Made my decisions for what I want to color. And this is how we're starting this guy. I don't know how long it's going to take. Might take the whole month. Only because I'm just not rushing it. I don't feel a need to rush. I'm feeling like I want a nap. I don't know, the way, I think somebody had asked me how do I decide on my colors or whatever for mandalas, and I'm really very random. Very random. Um, but you saw me, I picked out my oranges earlier and from the markers. I don't know what's going to happen when I do the pencils. I have no idea. All I know the goal is orange, so there's that. Um, and where I put the colors, I don't know. I just try not to have them touching. You know, I look at like all sides of whatever the thing is, and I try to not have the colors touching if at all possible. Um, so like here, even they're not quite touching, although like I'm kind of like, ooh, that's kind of close, but they have the outline here that kind of keeps them that I'll probably use a color that's very dissimilar to this shade of orange to do this, just so that it's really clear what, the difference between them or something. I don't know. I just think about that. Just try and keep them away to not be too close to each other if I can. Although this is not a mandala, technically. I don't think it is. But that's how I think about it. Don't have the colors touching each other. The same color. Don't have the same color touching each other. So whatever I use on this one thing, I need to use the opposite on the next. Just like even just as far as this and this, I'm not going to use the same orange on the outline as I did in the middle because, that's the same color. I don't want to do that. Even though this might be underpainting, I still don't want to do that because I don't have a plan for what color is going to go over each of these. So I don't know how it will turn out if I don't know how it will turn out if I use the same color both on the inside and the outside. If I knew that it would come out that they would be significantly different colors if I use, say, I don't know, blue in here and then green out here with this on as an underpainting, then I would do it. But I don't know, so I just try and keep them not close to each other. And like how I'm doing this one, and I'm going to do it orange. So now these little rosebud looking things, I'm going to do a different color from either the yellow or this orange because I want something else that's not like what's already there. I don't know. That's just what goes on in my head while I'm coloring. There's nothing scientific or no art theory, anything I know. I don't know that much art theory, if any. I know I got a color wheel. I know there's a color wheel. I know there's names for these things. That's about it. And the ever pressing question that comes to my mind from that professor: where is the light coming from? And I still can't answer the question. So, I can't stop because this really is satisfying. I tell you, it really am like, oh, just kind of chilling. Now these colors they're going side by side because it's outside of the petal. So kind of has to be the same color. Ooh, it's kind of sloppy with that one. Someday I'm going to pull out some of my older coloring pages and some that I think that are the worst. So you can see uh, in my head, I'm laughing because there's one in particular I'm thinking I was like, oh God, that's awful. So bad it makes me want to buy a whole new book of that book because I really messed up that page. But I think I definitely learned what not to do. And you definitely learn from your mistakes. These markers are just like generic alcohol markers. They're called Tongue Fu Shop Twin Art Sketch Marker. Hmm. Should we do a third color just to see like where? Let me see. What's today? 10-1. I used orange and I used, what's this one? Oh, that's the first one. And I used 44, just so I know. So if I just quickly come in here to work on something like tomorrow or whenever, I can just like pick something that's not those colors to go in on and not pick something I already used. Should I do that? I just love this color and I want to use it, but use vermilion. Yeah, I love this color. Okay, but I'm like coloring like caca. That would be an interesting name for a coloring page. Coloring channel. Coloring like caca. Sorry. I couldn't resist. I had to say it. That would be interesting if somebody wanted to do that and like show all the bloopers, or show all their coloring bloopers, or produce some on purpose. I don't have time for that. Coloring like caca, 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 caca. I know I'm weird. If you like that idea, take it. You can have it. It would be like showing me. I got a blooper for them showing me using acrylic paint. That's a blooper. Or acrylic pens. You're bound to find a blooper in that. Where did the word blooper come from? I just thought of that. Is it Yiddish or something? There's a lot of funny words that happen to be Yiddish. It's kind of a very musical kind of language. And I think, I don't know, it might almost be kind of like, kind of folksy or something. Kind of like, you know, the way people talk in the hood or whatever, that kind of thing. And no pun intended, but like, or maybe pun intended. The term ghetto is actually Jewish. That's what it comes from. I think it's Yiddish. So folksy, urban, something in common there. Twerking and bloopers. And what's another Yiddish term? I'm trying to think of one offhand. There's actually some that are really common that we use in everyday language and we just don't think about it. Oh man. And every single Yiddish word that I can think of drops out my brain. I don't know. There's some fun ones though. And you hear it and you're like, you know what? It describes, it sounds just like it. It's like it works. It works. Oh my gosh, getting in that crack. It's hard. Oh, okay. Ooh, I like those. Ooh, I love this color so much. Vermilion. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go crazy with it. Shoot, we may wind up leaving just like nothing but marker. That's the other thing about marker. It just goes so fast. You know? Lots of coverage in a little bit of time. Can't be mad at that. Oops, did I color that the wrong color? Put that under there. It's a rogue petal. Petal gone wild. Yeah, it sounds like he's really mowing the lawn. It's like, again? He just wants to be on that tractor. That's what it is. Okay, I don't want to do this the same color, the vermilion, because of, that, too close together thing. So I'm going to do the center instead. To the center. I had those chocolate chip cookies last week, and now I want more. Although tomorrow I should buy gelato on the way home from the dentist, so that whatever he did with my teeth, especially if they changed the wire, I can kind of freeze up the wire, get it cold. I'm just very random about what I'm coloring. I think I'm having too much fun, that's why. So I'm just like, I'm free. Let's just do whatever. I just thought of something. Speaking of markers, I still have bubbles for cards to color. So that's another thing that's on my list for this month. I want to go to the one that I already colored and look at it and see, is this asking for more? Is this asking for something else? What should I do? Oh, you know what? I didn't do the insides of those. I missed two. Let me do that. Yeah, so that's another thing that on the list for October. Mizu needs me to finish. Okay, let's do those insides. Use orange. Real orange. Orange. Uh-oh, I don't know why I got the chisel tip. Hope you don't regret it. Okay, I think we're done for today. That's it. I love orange. I do. So I keep my markers together. I know what I used today. Vermilion. Gotta write down vermilion. It's number 14. So that is that. That's where we are. And that's what the back looks like. The back is always fun with alcohol markers. So thank you for joining me in my little random Tuesday live. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. And don't forget, if you're interested, that little kind of partial weirdo eclipse tomorrow, annular, ANNULAR, happens tomorrow, and you can actually watch it if you go. There's a YouTube channel for it actually. It says live stream will begin at 2:45 p.m. So actually, we'll be home to watch it. Although I'm going to have to leave to go to the orthodontist, but yeah. So you can go to space.com. That's pretty easy to remember and look up solar eclipse to find out more. So take care. Bye bye.